Hello, my name is Lelia Wynn, and this is my reaction to Module 2. The first reading is about confronting the challenges of participatory culture. It talks about how there's an increasing amount of teens becoming internet content creators. They gain skills which are developed through media usage, and how in doing so, by being a creator, it causes one to have more of a stake in the community. The lecture lays out participatory cultures and affinity spaces and how they contribute to learning in the classroom. The first video is about participatory culture. It talks about how students care about things, how they share things and create things, but that they just happen outside of the classroom or it's not as observable by adults. The example given is the Harry Potter Alliance, which is a group of people who are inspired by the Harry Potter books to do good in the world. Mimi Ito talks about screen time and social media and how it's connected to learning. She talks about specifically identity and privacy in the digital age and how social media is important as a social tool and how the interactions of youth and adult figures are different in the digital era. She also talks about friendship-driven learning versus interest-driven learning. The last video talks about participatory learning and its influence on education, specifically about social media and how that can be used to help students in the classroom, and how instead of trying to fight the trend of social media, educators should instead make ideas accessible by using social media sites. My reactions to all of these things, specifically the first one, is that it all seems to be pretty obvious to me, but it's because I'm a participant. I've seen how my skills develop as a part of these cultures and can only hope that they pay off. I also resent the statement about politics and how my generation doesn't seem to care about it. Perhaps things have changed since the time of this reading and this past election cycle, in which social media was a big player, especially with Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. As for lecture, I'm a little bit skeptical about bringing these participatory cultures and such into the classroom. I feel like it can be a little forced. For the participatory culture reading, the video rather, I'm familiar with the Harry Potter Alliance. I've seen what they've done. I'm a part of the Nerdfighter community, and they also do charity work such as the Project for Awesome and things like that. So once again, all of the revelations in the video seemed pretty obvious to me. As for Mimi Ito, I also agree with her about how we need to change the perception about new media. I think it's generally a good thing, and that it's a new way of socializing, and that it's a new way of getting information, and it's important, and it should be talked about. Her concern with identity and privacy are valid, but I don't know if there's a good way yet for us to have a conversation about it with kids without turning it into a lecture. I also don't think that the disconnect between the friend-driven learning and the interest-driven learning is something that exists. For me, it seems more like a feedback loop. You make friends based on your interests, and then your friends cause you to be interested in new things, and so it all seems more connected to me. As for the influence of participatory learning on education, it seems to me like it's better to give kids all of the information rather than to censor it and hope that they never do it, because they will take part in it, and when they do, they'll just be unsafe if you haven't given them the information. It's kind of like abstinence-only learning and sex ed in that way. It's better just to teach kids how to be safe rather than to censor the information. I'm also a big supporter of accessibility, especially in education. I think that there should be less barriers, which is why I really appreciate another Nerdfighter project called Crash Course, which is a series of online video lectures about things like literature and history and philosophy and chemistry, and I really appreciate that, and I think that that's the correct step on the way to using social media and new media that